Read by Ann Turner. Do you remember learning to read? That book full of squiggles like ants escaped. The teacher's big thumb on the page. Your heart beating inside, afraid that all you'd ever see was ants. Then a word popped out. See, and another. Cat. And my finger on teacher's, we read, I see cat. I ran around the room, so happy I saw words instead of ants. "74th Street" by Myra Cohn Livingston. Hey, this little kid gets roller skates. She puts them on. She stands up and almost flaps over backwards. She sticks out a foot like she's going somewhere and falls down and smacks her hand. She grabs hold of a step to get up and sticks out the other foot and slides about 6 inches and falls and skins her knee. And then, you know what? She brushes off the dirt and the blood and puts some spit on it and then sticks out the other foot again. The Porcupine by N.M. Bodecker. Rebecca Jane, a friend of mine, went out to pat a porcupine. She very shortly came back in, disgusted with the porcupine. One never ever should, said Jane, go out and pat a porcupine. What If by Isabel Joshlin Glaser. What if you opened a book about dinosaurs, and one stumbled out, and another, and more pour, until the whole place is bumbling and rumbling and groaning and moaning and snoring and roaring and dinosauring? What if you tried to push them back inside, but they kept tromping off the pages instead? Would you close the covers? Pulling it all together. 1. Many people think of particular places as they read the oldest street in town. Tell what you thought about as you read the article. 2. All the characters learned something new in The World is Round Just Like an Orange. Which character do you think learned the most important thing? What did the person learn? Why was it important? 3. You are the editor of The World is Round Just Like an Orange. Take out one of the selections in this book and replace it with another story with the same theme or idea. Which story or article will you replace? What will you replace it with? Books to enjoy. Cars and How They Go by Joanna Cole. Cars aren't so hard to figure out. This book makes it fun to know about cars and engines. In the Year of the Boar and Jackie Robinson by Betty Bow Lord. Sixth Cousin Wong needs an American name. Uncle Sam doesn't sound quite right, so she settles for Shirley Temple. Now she's ready for adventure in her new home. Conquista by Clyde Robert Bulla and Michael Sison. Travel back in time to the 1500s. A young boy comes across one of the first horses brought to North America. What is this magical creature? Is it friend or foe? Learning how to ride the horse becomes one of the most important things Little Wolf learns to do. Adventures in your national parks, National Geographic Society. Go rafting, rock climbing, hiking, and paddling with students your age as they explore some of our national parks. Juma and the Magic Gin by Joy Anderson. Illustrations by Charles McColleac. Juma would rather draw and write poems than learn his sums in school. Then comes a magical creature who lives in his mother's gin jar. Secrets of a Wildlife Watcher by Jim Arnowski. The best way to learn is by doing. If you want to learn about animals, go out and study them. This book will help you set up a wildlife watch. Maxie, Rosie, and Earl, Partners in Crime by Barbara Park. What could a tattletale, the class brain, and a nervous newcomer possibly have in common? Nothing much, until the three find themselves trapped in the same school dumpster. Top Secret by John Reynolds Gardner. Alan wants his science project to win the Silver Trophy Award. He wants to discover the secret of human photosynthesis, how to turn people into plants. Then he turns green and begins to sprout roots. Literary terms. Biography. A biography is the history of a person's life. Yanni's Monkeys is a biography. It gives you information about Wang Yanni's life and her artwork. Character. An author can show what a character is like by the way the character behaves. As you observe Cricket Kaufman in the Imperfect Perfect Book Report, you begin to understand what she is like and how she begins to change. Expository nonfiction. Expository writing explains something about a subject. A science article about black holes or about simple machines is expository. The oldest street in town is expository nonfiction. Folktale. Folktales are stories handed down through the generations by word of mouth. At some point along the way, many folktales are written down so that more people can enjoy them. The grandfather in Pop Goes the Popcorn tells his grandson a folktale. Plot. Sometimes the plot of a story develops because a character is struggling with some problem within himself. This happens in Cheating, when the boy worries and worries until he finally admits he has cheated on a test. The action in Ride the Red Cycle unfolds because Jerome is struggling with his own problems. He wants to be like other boys, and so he learns first to ride a tricycle and then to walk. The things he does to try to overcome his problems make up the plot of the book. Realistic fiction. In realistic fiction, the characters, setting, and plot seem true to life. Modern realistic fictional stories could be happening now to someone like you or your friends. Cheating is a story that could happen to someone in your class. Perhaps the disaster could too. Theme. The theme, an underlying message or meaning of a story, is what holds the story together. All through Ride the Red Cycle, Jerome shows that he is brave and stubborn enough to try new things, even though he fails at first. How courage and determination can overcome obstacles is one of the themes of this book. Glossary. Vocabulary from your selections. Accident. 1. Something harmful or unlucky that happens unexpectedly. 2. Something that happens without being planned or known in advance. Noun. Adjust. 1. To arrange, set just right, change to make fit. 2. To get used to, become accustomed to. Verb. Arch. 1. A curved structure that bears the weight of the material above it. Arches often form the tops of doors, windows, and gateways. 2. To bend into an arch. Curve. 1. Noun, plural, arches. 2. Verb. Assignment. 1. Something assigned, an arithmetic assignment. 2. An assigning or being assigned, room assignments. Noun. Barren. 1. Not able to bear seeds, fruit, or young. 2. Not able to produce much. A barren desert. Cheat. 1. To deceive or trick, do business or play in a way that is not honest. 2. A person who is not honest and does things to deceive and trick others. 1. Verb. 2. Noun. Cinch. 1. A strong strap for fastening a saddle or pack on a horse. 2. To fasten on with a cinch. Bend firmly. 3. Something sure and easy. It's a cinch to ride a bike once you know how. 1-3, noun. Plural, cinches. 2, verb. Confide. To show trust by telling secrets. She always confided in her friend. Verb. Confides, confided, confiding. Congratulate. To express pleasure at the happiness or good fortune of. Verb. Congratulates, congratulated, congratulating. Contrary. 1. Opposed, opposite, completely different. Her taste in music is contrary to mine. 2. The opposite. After promising to come early, she did the contrary and came late. 3. Opposing others, stubborn. The contrary boy often refused to do what was suggested. 1-3, adjective. 2, noun. Counselor. 1. A person who gives advice, advisor. The counselor at school helps us decide which courses to take. 2. A lawyer. 3. An instructor or leader in a summer camp. Noun. Crestfallen. Dejected, discouraged. The students who had failed the test were crestfallen. Adjective. Criticize. 1. To blame, find fault with. 2. To judge or speak as a critic. The teacher criticized her students' writing with helpful comments. Verb. Criticizes, criticized, criticizing. Demonstrate. 1. To show clearly, prove. The pianist demonstrated her musical skill. 2. To explain by the use of examples. 3. To show or make known the quality of. 4. To take part in a parade or meeting to protest or make demands. Verb. Demonstrates, demonstrated, demonstrating. Eerie. Strange, weird, causing fear. A dark, eerie old house stood at the end of the driveway. Adjective. Eerier, eeriest. Elaborate. 1. Worked out with great care, having many details. Complicated. They made elaborate plans for the birthday party. 2. To give added details, say or write more. The witness was asked to elaborate on one of his statements. 1. Adjective. 2. Verb. Elaborates, elaborated, elaborating. Engrave. 1. To carve in an artistic way. The jeweler engraved the boy's initials on the back of the watch. 2. To cut a picture, design, or map in lines on wood, stone, metal, or glass plates for printing. Verb. Engraves, engraved, engraving. Enhance. To add to, make greater. A new roof or paint job enhances the value of a house. Verb. Enhances, enhanced, enhancing. Environment. All of the surroundings that influence the growth, development, and well-being of a living thing. A plant will often grow differently in a different environment. Noun. Expand. To spread out, open, unfold, swell, make, or grow larger. A balloon expands when it is blown up. A bird expands its wings before flying. Verb. Flourish. 1. To grow or develop with vigor, do well, thrive. Their newspaper business grew and flourished. 2. To wave in the air. 3. A waving about in the air. The magician removed his cape with a flourish. 1-2, verb. 3, noun. Plural, flourishes. Friendship. 1. The condition of being friends. Our friendship lasted for many years. 2. Friendly feeling or behavior, friendliness. We tried to be helpful and show friendship to the foreign visitors. Noun. Furnace. An enclosed space to make a very hot fire in. Furnaces are used to heat buildings, melt metals, and make glass. Noun. Gifted. Very able, having special ability. A gifted musician. Adjective. Imperfect. Not perfect, having some defect or fault. Adjective. Impress. To have a strong effect on the mind or feelings of. We were impressed with the courage of the twins who saved their brother from the burning house. 2. To fix in the mind. I repeated the words to impress them in my memory. Verb. Improve. To make or become better. Try to improve your spelling. His health is improving. Verb. Improves, improved, improving. Infection. 1. A causing of disease in people and other living things by bringing into contact with germs. 2. A disease caused in this manner, especially one that can spread from one person to another. Noun. Maturity. 1. A ripeness, full development. The frost struck before the peaches could reach maturity. 2. The condition of being mature. He reached maturity at an early age. Noun. Meditation. Any quiet thought, especially about serious things. Noun. Memorize. To commit to memory, learn by heart. Verb. Memorizes, memorized, memorizing. Moisture. A slight wetness. Water or other liquid spread in a very small drop in the air or on a surface. Dew is moisture that collects at night on the grass. Naughty. Bad, not behaving well. The naughty child hit the baby. Adjective. Naughty or naughtiest. Panicky. 1. Caused by panic. Panicky haste. 2. Feeling panic. Liable to panic. When fire broke out in the theater, the audience became panicky. Adjective. Perish. To be destroyed. Die. They perished in the fire. Verb. Slope. 1. To go up or down at an angle. Slant. The land slopes toward the sea. 2. Any line, surface, or land that goes up or down from a level. If you roll a ball up a slope, it will roll down again. 3. The amount of slant. The floor of the theater has a slope of 4 feet from the back seats to the front seats. 1. Verb. Slopes, sloped, sloping. 2, 3. Noun. Spontaneous. Of one's own choice. Natural. Of itself. Both sides burst into spontaneous cheers at the skillful play. Adjective. Spontaneously. In a spontaneous manner. Adverb. Steam. 1. Water in the form of vapor or gas. Boiling water gives off steam. Steam is used to produce electricity and for heating and cooking. 2. To give off steam. The cup of coffee was steaming. 3. To move by steam. The ship steamed off. 4. To apply steam to. I steam vegetables to cook them. 5. Power, energy, force. I have worked all day and am running out of steam. 1, 5. Noun. 2 through 4. Verb. Therapist. A person who specializes in some form of therapy. The therapist showed me how to do exercises that would strengthen my injured leg. Noun. Ungrateful. 1. Not grateful, not thankful. 2. Unpleasant, disagreeable. Adjective. Virus. A very tiny thing that causes a disease. Viruses are so small that they cannot be seen through most microscopes. They can reproduce only inside the cells of living things. Viruses cause rabies, polio, chickenpox, the common cold, and many other infectious diseases of people, plants, and animals. Noun. Plural. Viruses.